Me and welcoming Fernando to the stream. Fernando, good to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here representing the amazing work that the MP team has done for BTB.
So before we jump into BTB, just for folks who don't know you, who aren't familiar with you, what's your role on the team? What's your history with 343?
Yeah, of course. I am a senior multiplayer designer. I am part of the multiplayer design team, and I'm one of the designers working in Big Team Battle, making sure that it's great and it's exactly as we remember and even better than that.
Well, I know you're doing fantastic work. Obviously, the community's super excited about the return to Big Team Battle. I know we've talked a lot about it. We mentioned the Inside Infinite blog earlier, which you can find on HaloWaypoint.com. But from your perspective, just kind of what's the overall kind of elevator pitch? How did you and the team approach Big Team Battle? And specifically, when you knew it was going to come back, it's been improved and it's different. So I'm just kind of curious, what are the goals and kind of how do we end up with what we have today?
Yeah, for sure. I think like a little bit of history here, like right at the beginning when we started thinking about bringing BTB to Halo Infinite, all the designers we got into the room and we just like share our experiences with BTB, right? Like exciting moments that we had or like good memories of a LAN party or something, like just to make sure that we're really capturing that essence of BTB. And like after that, we came up with these three very important design pillars for us that we hope that every match of BTB is respecting or is paying tribute to. So the first one is embracing really the Spartan battle fantasy. It's a thing that is important for us across the whole multiplayer, I would say, but I think it's especially important in Big Team Battle. We really want people to feel like they are like in a real combat scenario with a Spartan unit, right? A lot of things going on, and like having the Pelicans drop vehicles at key moments in the match that adds excitement. And I think like for me, BTV is all about like those special moments that happen thanks to the sandbox, right? And which kind of leads to the next point, which is a very sandbox-driven experience. Right, it's a space in Halo where you have the full sandbox at your disposal, vehicles, weapons, equipment, and all of this like in a big setting with 12 versus 12 players. It just leads to like crazy moments, and like just seeing how those different pieces interact with each other, like grappling shot at a wasp in the air is like a super awesome moment, or like stopping a grenade with a repulsor. Like it's just incredible to see how we just like put the toys there and then just like fun emerges out of it. And finally, I think, and this is one of the most important pillars for me, is that BTB should be the social space. I think that we should let and empower all the different player archetypes that we might have in Halo, right? So from people that are like super focused on shooting and they're like great with the sniper, and to people that might be like more of a driver, right? Or like myself, that I love to like sneak in and get like the flag cap, and like we want to make sure that there's a space where people can have fun with their friends, right? It's a great space to bring new players into playing multiplayer, right? Like you put them to like the tutorial and the academy and even, and it's like, okay, we're ready to go, let's go, right? And let's play together, right? Like you just drive me first, and then like slowly make them comfortable with playing Halo, right? Because I think it's all about like having fun together, right? And having 12 players on each side of the match, it just creates this space.
Yeah, it is super fun. I don't know how else to describe it. Also, I just want to say thank you for embracing the shenanigans archetype, which is kind of really my MO. I'm not even a good shooter anymore, but my shenanigans are in full effect in BTB, and it's super fun. Now, we recorded a match just the other night, right? And I believe this is your point of view, so no pressure. I know you weren't.
Sorry, guys.
This is not a sweaty pro match. Like you said yourself, it's about fun. It's about a social experience. This is kind of raw gameplay. This is recorded on a PC.
Yes.
This is not a trailer. I also just want to give additional caveats. This is from our preview build. So, we're not done. The team continues to work, and really excited and proud of all the great work that's gone into this and the progress that's been made. But, just suffice it to say, we are still in pre-release. So I think with that, we're going to roll this match. It's CTF on Fragmentation. We had 12v12. We are not going to try to cast this, I promise you, but we're going to let it run for a few minutes to kind of let it establish itself, let our audience get a better sort of hear and see what BTB is about. And then I think you and I can just chat a little bit, and I'll ask you to kind of share some thoughts and point some things out about the map and about the gameplay, and just kind of help give our community maybe an edge for when BTB does come in the second week of our upcoming preview. So,
yeah, for sure.
Josh, when you're ready, if you want to go ahead and roll this footage, let's check out some gameplay of CTF on Fragmentation.
Capture the flag. Capture enemy flags to score.
We attacking or defending? Or both? Let's do both.
Okay, so we're going to let this keep playing here, Fernando, but for folks that maybe missed the intro, this is Sketch, joined by senior multiplayer designer Fernando here in the studio, giving you a first look at CTF on Fragmentation, one of our new maps that'll be in this preview. Fernando, I'm going to turn it over to you a little bit. We saw a chaotic opening there, by the way, those two Warthogs just head-to-head right out of the gate, but feel free to kind of point out some stuff and, just share a little bit with us some additional context about what we're seeing.
Yeah, I think first of all, I would like to talk a little bit about the map, right? Like Fragmentation, this is one of my favorite maps in BTB for Infinite. Like, has that, Forerunner aesthetic, feels like almost like a campaign level, right? And, I don't know, gives me that Valhalla vibes too, so it's like, as a big Halo fan, it's just exciting to play on it. So big shout out to Cliff Scholl, that is the level designer of this map. He did an amazing job with it. That was a skewer right there. I think that we're playing CTF right now. We have done some tuning, especially for BTB in terms of how CTF plays, right, compared to Arena. I will not give a lot of details on that. I hope that people get to play it and see it in person. We try to make it just to embrace really collaboration and teamwork. So everyone feels good while playing. One of my mantras while working in BTB has been everyone should feel like a hero in every match, right? You should have a cool moment that you feel like, oh man, I'm amazing, right? I'm great at this game, and hopefully CTF does that for people. This is a cool thing, I think, to mention about the map. We have this thing that we internally call the loot cave, right, where you can bring your AI and hack the entrance to the loot cave, and you just have to be careful there and escort it while your little guy does its thing.
It's just a sub-objective, right?
Yeah, it's just a sub-objective.
Whoever gets here first gets the loot, essentially.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, right? It's just an interesting way of bringing more power into the match and getting cool toys to play, right? I just picked up the the gravity hammer there and the overshield. So let's see, like find some people there to use my new toys with, right?
You got all the toys right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy escaped.
Yeah, he got lucky there.
Hey, speaking of which, too, I think by default, you guys talked about scaling the experience a little bit. I believe equipment has, like something like the grapple, has more charges in a big team battle than it would in arena by default, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like we figured that given the extra space, right, like this square footage of the maps, it would be nice to be able to play with the toys a little bit more than just like the amount of charges that you would have in arena. And it plays really well, right? Like especially like if you have the grapple shot, you can just like swing around and have fun with it for a bit, and that's pretty incredible.
Oh, you're really gonna take this thing all the way back on foot?
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Okay, you got a little pickup here. Oh.
Yeah, I always like to like drive the flag and just like don't have to walk all the way to the base and getting a driver, which I don't know. Like I think this is a good also moment to talk about how vehicles play into BTB, right? Like I think they're there to be used, but I would say that they are very incorporated into how the mod plays. You'll see that the Razorback can interact with the flag, for example, and they're just like a core part of BTB. So very big shout out to Brian Berryhill, our vehicle designer. That he did an incredible job to make the Warhawk and the Mongoose feel the way it's supposed to feel.
It hurts me to see you lose that hammer after all the trouble you went to
Right?
hack the cave. I'm not sure you got a kill with it.
Oh, I got a
okay,
good one.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice to be back in the man cannons.
This is the Commando Rifle. Just pretty cool weapon, mid-range, right? Like I always put it in between the assault rifle and the battle rifle in terms of like the role it plays when you're like in a combat scenario.
So I believe some vehicles will kind of spawn at each base by default, right? But then in addition, we have this dynamic element where a Pelican's going to fly in periodically and drop off vehicles as well.
Yeah, that's a completely new system that we added for BTB and Infinite. We have like Pelican drops. Bringing vehicles at like key moments of the match, right? To like, there's like some very smart things running on the back to make sure that we don't affect the balance of the match. Again, big shout out to Patrick Wren and that he's an awesome designer that make it happen. Both that and the loot cave too, right? So he has been creating cool stuff to make BTB really shine and make it bigger and better than what it was.
Now we also have this dynamic element of these ordnance drops as well. I don't know if we've seen one yet in this film, right? But periodically, just cool weapons are going to rain down from the sky, right?
Yeah. So you can be just like wandering around in the map, and out of nowhere, like an ordnance drop falls right in front of you, which is one of my favorite animations in the game, right? Like you just like walk to it and it explodes and it shows you like your new toy, and it's a good encouragement for people to just be scavenging around and walking in the space, right? I think that BTB really shines is that you have like different pockets of interaction, right? Like maybe like this corner we are like playing with the objective and like trying to defend the flag, right? But maybe in a different corner, somebody's having like a super intense combat, or like somebody else is like trying to stealthy hack the loot cave, for example, right? So there's a lot of moments and there's a lot of things going on in a BTB match. So it's super exciting no matter where you are.
Hey, was that loot cave? Does that respawn at any point during the match, or is that kind of a one and done?
No, it respawns. You have to let it reboot. It reboots for a bit, and then you can go at it again.
Okay, cool.
Let's get the hell out of here. They know where we are. I see him. The enemy carrier.
Oh man,
You really are the flag runner, huh? You like
I
that.
love running the flag, man. Like it's such a cool moment when you like, you know, you cap it and it explodes, and you know like you are contributing meaningfully to like the outcome of the match is just so cool, you know. And like I don't know, ideally like it's a team-based game, right? So even if you don't bring it, like you just bring it to the 50-yard line, and then it's like it's up to somebody else, you know, and keep like moving it like little ants in the match. That's the threat sensor right there, like just putting in one there just in case somebody wants to get close to the loot cave, right? Can turn back.
The enemy has your flag.
Hope this gives us an edge.
I usually like to use it like that, right? Like behind a wall, and maybe like I can see somebody like
Flag carriers.
crouching behind or something before I commit to a route.
Enemy flag carrier spotted. You're exposed, Spartan. They spotted us, Spartan. Did some damage.
Really close match.
You know, something else we could mention real quick too. I know we're watching CTF, but in the preview we're gonna have BTB Slayer, BTB CTF, and also a new game mode called Total Control.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Oh,
There's that
here's the
Pelican, by the way.
Pelican drop.
Yep.
Look at that, so cool. Gets me every time. Yeah, so in terms of modes, we really try to have like a variety of experiences in the BTB part of multiplayer. Like from like very classic BTB Slayer experience, right? It's like how you remember it, you know, just like kill the enemy team, right? To like an in between and an improvement on something like CTF, like I was mentioning, right? To like something completely new like Total Control. Total Control is area control mode where you have to capture 3 different zones at the same time to score. Once you score 1 point, a new set of zones is selected in different parts of the map to add some variety. And the first team that does that 3 times wins the match.
It's super. It's become one of my favorites. It's just so hectic because it just forces everyone into sort of those 3. There's just a lot of intense combat because everyone's kind of switched together trying to get those zones. Big fan of Total Control. Oh, here we go. Oh!
Oh man, so close, huh?
Oh, but it looks like
There it is. It's a win.
you and your team prevailed. I'm sure that your multiplayer colleagues did not go easy on you for the sake of this live stream.
Everybody sometimes like plays a little bit good.
But that was your first look at Capture the Flag on Fragmentation. Like we said, that will be part of our multiplayer preview. Currently, with our original plans, that would be coming in the second weekend. So we most likely will have a double-header approach. First weekend is going to be more focused on Arena. Second weekend will be introducing BTB. So stay tuned. You will get a chance to play that, I promise. Now, Fernando, before we wrap this up, anything else you'd like to say or sort of final words or closing comments you want to share with the community today?
Yeah, of course. I think that I just want people to know that the MP team really cares about Halo, right? And we are all big fans of the franchise. So we really try our best to make this Halo game the best ever. We pour our hearts into it. So we really hope that people are going to enjoy it in this flight and whenever we launch the full game. And yeah, I hope you enjoy BTB and share your clips with us, you know, like of all these amazing moments happening on screen.
Well, I'm sure we will get a lot of good moments out of here. Plus, you know, we'll be out there playing too, right? So
yes,
maybe I'll be able to get in your squad. My shenanigans plus your flag running. I think we could do big things together.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of wrap this thing up here. You know, as I said at the outset, for folks who maybe missed it, we are moving towards our next technical preview for multiplayer. Pre-selection emails did go out earlier this week to Halo Insiders. We are currently in a bit of a holding pattern due to some late-breaking release issues, which may or may not result in a shift to our current schedule. I will get an update once we're done with this stream here today. I ask folks just to keep an eye on Halo Waypoint. We will be providing a lot more information about the flight, including all the instructions and play times and things of that nature. Additionally, you know, always a good idea to follow Halo on Twitter for real-time updates there. But either way, this flight and our next preview will be coming fairly soon. We're very excited to have everybody jump in and help us really push our services to the limit. And concurrency, again, is our number one goal, which is also, by the way, why this time around we are going to be focusing on 2 specific play sessions, 2 4-hour windows. And that's to really help us drive max players at the same time to help us hit those numbers. And it also, by the way, gives the services folks, for example, a window to be able to do some work as well without impacting the live experience for all of our flight participants. I also just wanted to add that for that second weekend that I mentioned, when Big Team Battle goes up, we're looking to go even bigger. And we will be removing some barriers and kind of widening the funnel as a way to bring even more people in. So if you didn't get an invitation to the first weekend, don't fret. There will be additional chances for Xbox Insiders to be able to join kind of on the fly via the Xbox Insider Hub. And we're also going to look at a way to distribute additional Steam keys along the lines of allowing PC players to invite a friend for that second weekend. So those details will be coming soon to Halo Waypoint, so stay tuned for that.